inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Is a space that creates your horizon. Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon. Your mind
Hey, Paul.
is a space that creates your horizon.
I was gonna say 30 minutes is a strong, more strong confirmation than 15, correct? Okay. So you always go back and forth with the 15-minute and the 30-minute, always looking at structure and support and resistance. Okay. So let's say if I only stuck on the 30-minute, that would work as well. It's gonna take longer. So you. Okay. Oh, you pay for that simulation that you have. You pay for the simulation that you have that we're just doing. Okay, that's cool. Paul, so you know how I sent you that GJ structure, correct? I just sent. So when that support is created, would you enter on the next 15 or 30-minute candle passing the previous high? As soon as you click close your bars. Okay, awesome. And then you keep your stop loss at 10 pips, correct? On this part above this. On that opening candle, not the previous, correct? Oh, okay. No problem.
Good morning, good morning, good morning! Yeah, I just popped in to say hi. I'm gonna like the stream now.
Sometimes I feel like I done lost it, and I don't even really know the cost yet. But every time fear is on my mind, you remind my soul that I'm free. I know I can't go on my own. You came so I wouldn't have to go it alone. You took the long road so you could show me home. Found love better than I've ever known. So now I know that I can say you are exalted above everything on the earth that I've seen. Cause I know that my dreams come alive in the love that you promised to me. I'll keep singing your praise and you know I believe. Even when I'm down in the darkness, you call my name out loud. Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now. Even when I'm down in the darkness, you call my name out loud. Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now. I'm never alone now. You were always in it for the long ride. Even when
Yeah, I
it
could.
felt like it's a long drive. Even when it felt like it's a long time. Lord, I know that you were always on time. That's just what you do, that's just how you be, that's just how you lead, that's just how I'm free. That's
Yeah, I
just
do.
how I see you got everything, that's just what I need. Every single day you keep me breathing, my heart keeps believing that. Even when I'm down in the darkness, you call my name out. You call me my name now. Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now. Even when I'm down
Yeah.
in the darkness, you call my name out loud. Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now.
So rather play it safe.
Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now.
Okay. What's that? So you keep your stop loss very small.
All this time I thought that what I really
the rest of your work. And do you always try to get a 1-to-1, or what is your goal? Not to learn them. Okay.
Even when I'm down in the darkness, you call my name out loud. Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now. I'm never alone now. Oh, will you back me there? I'm never alone now. Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now. Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now.
I do.
I'm looking at it right now. Chart.
I just typed it.
You gotta know. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know you could do that.
What is that, a macro thing you can program in YouTube? Oh, Streamlabs intercepts it and does a thing? That's kind of cool. Yeah, well. Right. So they can
Oh, I
do, look
got
at
it.
this, look at it. Okay, so.
If not, you could just tell them to donate, or the other way, right?
Yes. No. No, nothing came out. Nothing whispered, yeah. But it might not whisper to me because it knows that I'm a troll.
How do you feel about cells right there? It's a little, not that much clean traffic on the left, but yeah. Right. Yeah. How do you feel about 4A? Because I mean, I already wake up at like between 4:30 and 4:45 every day, like Monday through Friday. How do you feel about like the last 2 hours before New York?
Live stream. My bad. Did not even see that the timer was up. My bad.
I
You're here.
tapped it again. Oh, now it came up with a private message. If you want chart analyzed, donate $2 to stream and request one pair you'd like analyzed.
Yep. There we go. Not what I wanted, but we'll see how it works.
Well, it's better
Yeah,
than
just work for me
nothing.
too.
Yeah, I just need to change it so if 10 people type in exclamation point chart, it's not just spamming it. User cooldown.
Yeah, cool them down. Put a limit on it.
I'm thinking every like 5 minutes, so is that 300 seconds?
Yeah, 300 seconds. But
Yep. I feel like 5 minutes might be too much. You know, it might be too much spam. Yeah, we'll leave it on. I can change it later.
if 5 minutes is too much, these guys are really aggressive.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, who's gonna actually wait 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just don't want 10 people posting that and then Streamlabs posts that, post the moderated message 10
Yeah,
times in
you
a row.
just need to see how it goes. You
Yeah,
can
we'll
always
see.
increase it.
We'll see. Yeah, Marty. These I really like these cells, but you guys know Tokyo Open. I don't want to be involved in that, so we're gonna wait and see. There's 30-minute closes bear, so I think that looks good. And then we could maybe target down at this support down here. That'd be a good first target, I would say. Second
I would
target.
like gold cells myself.
Gold's looking good for cells.
Yeah, I'm looking at gold down to like 1928, 25 level, but
Yeah,
Oh, what is
things moving great.
I'll probably get stopped out later in profit. We'll see. Once it gets down to a certain place, I'm just gonna choke it with a stop loss.
What up, Richard? How's it going? What up, Jay, Marty, Marv, TJ, Salim, Katz, Lewis, Rasheen, Alex, Greg, Sharif. How's everyone doing today? Yep. Yeah, we could have had there was definitely a sell opportunity right here, but it's too close to Tokyo Open for me.
Hey, don't forget Louis Carrasco. Louis Carrasco.
Oh, what is the best? What do you think the best pairs are that move in Asian session?
AJ and gold. AJ is my favorite.
AJ.
AJ is like my. I haven't been doing any gold recently. I've been doing. I haven't done any Asian trading this week just because of everything going on. I've just been being real careful. But next week, AJ is the main Asian session pair. Yeah, that could have been a 1-to-1 right there. And that thing looks like it's going to continue to go down. About an 8-pip risk.
So what would you have done?
What's up?
No, Louis Carrasco.
You have done in
No
this
puede
situation.
ere, no puede ere, señor.
What are you saying?
No puedo ere, señor. I can't roll my R's.
What were you saying, Jay?
I was saying, what would you do in this situation? What would be a good catch for you? Good trade.
Oh, as soon as this closed bearish, that would have been the entry. Stop loss above here. Target 2-to-1, 1.5-to-1. Asian session probably go 1.5-to-1. I think that'd be good enough. Yeah, but it's at Tokyo Open, so technically there is nothing to do here for me. Because I'm going to wait 15 minutes into Tokyo Open. Ideally, we're just going to wait for the next leg down and then come back up.
So right now you're marking up on if it hits support where it might be struggling at, correct?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's where it is having an issue right now, but it's Tokyo Open, so it's gonna move really weird anyway. So, but I'm just looking at structure. Structure's down. As long as resistance hold, I think sell, like I have up here. Resistance continues to form. Sells will be the move. But I'm waiting for this low here to get broken. We make a lower low, and then we make another resistance, and then we could probably take a sell there if we get if those conditions are met.
Paul, are we allowed to send charts in here or no?
Yeah, you guys can send charts in here. You guys will get little extra special kit. Anyone in a gold cell? I mean, I'm not. I think Pat, you're into gold cells, right?
Yeah, I'm in gold cells lightly. I have my positions set down to scaling down to like 1928.
Gotcha. Nice.
Did you look at the chart yet?
What chart?
Gold.
I did. I didn't like what I saw. It looks very rangy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it looks like it's struggling. Kind of pick a
yeah,
direction.
it's not gonna be pretty. I wouldn't recommend it for the stream.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we get a resistance on the 30-minute, that would make sense, and then we could target down to here, like 1932 area.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm 1928, 25, but yeah, that's basically the idea.
Yeah,
But
I like
you
that
know,
too. I think that makes sense
But
too.
I started aggressive, so it's like there's no confirmation.
Gotcha.
I send it on the Zoom chat, correct?
Yep. Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna get it in a sec.
Okay, awesome.
By the time there's confirmation, I might be done for the day.
Yep, that'll be an area we struggle from. Break of structure. Yeah, it's pushing up. I think a little bit of a higher push, maybe to your top zone. And then you're gonna finish drawing the arrows. So you were doing, let me change it over. You were doing this. Now you're doing this. So yeah, ideally you want to see something along those lines, whether it come to that zone or not. But just make a support after creating a high, and then price should be good to go up.
I was so confused. I was looking at the YouTube and I was like, wait, what is he talking about?
I think there's only a second delay on YouTube now. What up, Andy? How's it going? Thanks, Jeremiah. Yeah, Cats is right. Yeah, GJ. It's just very finicky in the Asian session, and AJ's more consistent. So I like AJ a lot better for the Asian session. Better volume, respect structure a lot better, and it's more consistent. More consistent volume at that too. So just overall a better pair for this session. But in London, it's only GJ. So.
'Cause the future is now, not backing down. 'Cause the future is now.
Suppose we got news at 6:30, so after 18:30 we'll see where we're setting up. See if we can get anything. DJ, not feeling it. But we got 2 potential targets down here. That would make sense. So, like I said here, wait until after. Looking for sells if resistance continues to form. So, Gurge, if we look here, resistance is forming and it's working. Resistance 1 here, resistance 1 here. We get resistance here and Tokyo Open doesn't do some nonsense and continues down, then I would assume the next resistance should also win, and then we'll see if that sets up for a trade. But for now, we wait.
Sounds good, brother.
What up, what up?
What up, what up?
Cats, you got the YouTube up still? Does anyone here have the YouTube up?
No, I'm pulling everything up right now.
And say when you get in, just type in exclamation point
I do.
chart.
Okay.
I changed it. I want to see if it should
Chart.
send you that message privately.
Alright, just put it on right now. Let me see.
Yeah, you should get a private message from Streamlabs. Should whisper to you. I don't know where a whisper goes, but whisper is what you should get.
Whisper.
Should be pretty instant. Oh, you did 2 exclamation,
man.
just 1 exclamation point. That's why.
Oh.
I think that's why.
Hello, hello.
Yo, yo.
How is everyone?
Good. How are you, boss?
Gurja's joining us today.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
He beat you.
We did everything good. Nothing happens.
Nothing happened. What the heck?
Yeah, nothing happens, man.
It's supposed to whisper. Oh, I think whisper
What
is
upset me?
whisper is because that is Twitch. All right, now it should be fine. I was just hoping it would send it privately. Oh well.
Bro, what is this? Nothing's happening.
Give it a second, bro.
What's supposed to come back? Something's supposed to come back at me in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're an admin. It might not give it.
No, it does it for everyone. I think it's waiting because I have a timer set.
I'll tell you something that has always bothered me. We claim we love each other, but reject humanity. As soon as we establish individual beliefs, we fight each other till we find a common enemy. But we don't see that they are just a product of the same mentality as you and me, but in different lanes. And who am I to point a finger in your eye and say that you're the
What up, Chinese indicator? No. I don't belong with them. I have my own thing. Forex family. I'm assuming you're talking about Wicks Don't Lie. He taught me, but I'm not really affiliated in any way other than I share the Asian session with his group as well.
Bro, nothing's happening.
It just popped up now.
What? Oh, right there.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be fine. Oh well.
But what, they have to click it to get that started?
As soon as if they donate, then
The guy wants to know your win rate so he can use your stream for signals.
we average between a 220 and a 280% win rate, usually.
72 or we're 46.
List. I'll send you a direct message. a pretty slow, chill week. With everything going on, I've been very, very patient with my trades. I've only had one trade this week, so no rush for me. I'll get back in the, get a little more back to a little aggressiver next week when everything's kind of settled. I think next week's going to be a lot smoother. I know tomorrow should be smooth for London. New York's going to be a little wild with CAD, and then I thought NFP. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so tomorrow will be a little wild. I'd assume London should be good for GJ. But yeah, next week looks really... Monday looks good. Tuesday looks good. A little bit of NZD. That'll mess with Asian a little bit. So we'll just wait for that to pass. Wednesday, I would assume GJ should be fine. Thursday, that we'll just wait for that to be over right after open. So yeah, next week should be really, really, really smooth. 0 trades this week. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I would have had 2 and I'd be 2-0. Because the one I did miss was just absolutely flawless. But I missed it, so it doesn't count. So just 1-0 for me so far. Hopefully get something tomorrow. Yeah.
Paul, did you get anything today?
No, nothing. I didn't like anything. I was watching 15. I was watching, where the hell was, oh, here we go. I was watching here, and I was like, okay, it looks like buys, but this type of setup I'm not real fond of. Clearly, it was a good decision. It would have hit a 2-to-1, but sitting through this and then this, breaking that low, respecting this low, that would have been very not good. So when I see this type of setup, there's no, because this one made support and tested the high, so I don't trust that support, if that makes sense. Because then it just, like, ideally what we want to see is this, right? Do this, but this candle did this and tested the high at the same time and created a high, so I would rather wait for it to, I was hoping this candle was going to kind of take off and then come back, and then I could have got in, but it didn't, so I just no trade. Yeah, nothing from me today. Yeah, you're worried unlimited records. We got a moderator now, so I got to be careful with the caps. We'll probably change it a little bit because your message wasn't spam, so we'll probably change that a little bit. Yes, I do recommend them. That's why I have them on the stream, and we talk about it occasionally when it comes up. But yeah, I would definitely recommend. It's like I always say, don't take my word for it. Take the $100. Go pay for the 10K account, the cheapest one. I think it's like 100, 120, 130 maybe. Not a lot. And find out for yourself. You know what I mean? Don't take my word for it. Go create your own opinion, you know? That would be your best bet. Because I could just be making millions on affiliates, you know? I don't even need to trade. I make like 300,000 a month just in affiliate links. Not really. I don't make anything in affiliate, actually. Yep. This is why we wait for Tokyo Open, because that happens. Plus, we got news in 26 minutes, so I'm gonna want to just chill out till that happens anyway. You caught a trade this morning, Sammy, right? You caught the sells, I think, right? Or was it buys?
I think it was buys.
It was buys on the 30-minute, I think.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I used to watch the families on TV.
I think I got 1.5 to 1.
Nice. Yeah, on the 30-minute it looked good, but the stop loss was too big. I didn't really like it.
Yeah, it was a big stop. It was like 29 pip stop.
Yeah, volume played out though for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I've realized is when you have a bigger stop, you can manage your trade better.
True. I agree. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Lisk, I don't know if you saw, I sent you a message privately. Should be there for you. Yeah, I think once we get through this 30-minute and we see what this news does, if it does anything, I don't know, it might. Orange folder, so see what happens. Could have a little bit of an impact, probably jump spread up a little bit. Maybe move it a fair amount, we'll see. But we'll wait till that's over. And then we'll assess. If we're still making lower lows, lower highs, then I think sells are still the play. But if resistance stops forming and we start forming more supports, I think buys would be the play. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I agree, Andy. I agree. But I mean, people are gonna make their own decisions. Sorry, I'm contemplating not putting that buy sell chart on anymore. I'm contemplating not doing this. It's if you're here and you're paying attention, you'll know if we're in a trade. If you're not paying attention, you're gonna be clueless. And those who pay attention will benefit. Those who don't are gonna be asking when we're taking a trade. You know? So but yeah, I think that I kind of like the idea. I just want to I want to give it a full think before I do that. Plus, I've been not really trading Asian this week just with everything going on, so got a nice week to think about it all.
Next week, you're gonna go back to trading Asian?
Yeah, whenever it sets up. Like I said, usually the stuff I'm looking for to set up, like this right here, this is what I would want to see. It sets up right before Tokyo Open, and I'm not going to do anything till after. And then if another good opportunity presents itself, I'll take it. But usually, Asian, you get one or two, and sometimes it happens to be right before Open. And if that's the case and it moves good, then I miss it. So. No.
Paul, when you come into the stream, when you come into your charts, do you do top-down analysis?
Sometimes.
Or do you just straight on go into the 15-minute?
I mean, I check out the daily and the 4-hour and the 1-hour, just see what it looks like. But regardless of that, wherever this is making lower lows, lower highs, or higher highs, higher lows, that's what I'm focused on. Because remember, what happens
Only
here?
Structure.
Yes. Because whatever structure is being formed here is going to make up and start appearing on these higher time frames. So if this looks bullish, obviously, right? We're making higher highs, higher lows. It looks like we should go bullish, right? So the idea would be, if that's the case, we should stop making lower lows and lower highs and start making higher highs and higher lows. And then they would kind of match up. But if this continues to make lower lows and lower highs, then this uptrend on the 4-hour is going to be starting to turn into pushing bearish.
So you never mark up anything on your higher time frame. You just go straight, and then you know what you're looking for structure.
Yeah, when I'm trading, I don't have a single thing on my chart.
Cool.
Yeah, I just have the kind of
First
some
time,
targets.
that's different to me.
Yeah, I just have some targets on here for the live stream because I know a lot of people use zones and it's helpful visual, but it's helpful for me when I'm doing my trading to just have an empty chart and just focus on the candles and not worry about anything else.
Yeah, and you already know what you're doing anyway, so.
Yeah. Most days. I know what I'm doing most days. Yes. And yes. You heard they have the right not to pay you. No, in the contract it specifically says you get your 70%. And even if you hit if you're in profit and you hit like your daily loss and you lose the account, you still get the profit that's left. You get your 70% regardless. So I've never heard that. I don't know where you heard that from. But they are legally binded to pay you your percentage.
Paul, do you have any
obviously-
thoughts on
Yep.
funded talent?
What's up?
Do you have any thoughts on funding talent? I think that's what it's called.
It looks. I checked out the website. It looks interesting. I'm definitely gonna be.
You never tried it.
No, I'm gonna be checking it out in the future. But it looks good. It looks good. I really like their 2-week payout, even though it's only 10%. I mean,
Yeah.
that's still like if you make 5% in 2 weeks, that's $500 in 2 weeks. You know, that's not bad. So I think that's super cool. But I'm still one thing at a time, and then I'll eventually get over to funding talent, check them out, see what that's about, and then I'll be able to kind of voice an opinion. But I don't have an opinion yet because I've never done it, so I don't like to speak on things I've never really done myself. What up, Clay? I don't know if you wanted to come in or not. Am I still working? No, I haven't worked. I mean, what I do now is work because I actually work more than when I was working, but I haven't worked in I don't even know. Probably 8 or 10 months I haven't worked. Something around there. Maybe a little more.
Oh, so you worked and trading at the same time?
What's up?
Worked and trade at the same time?
I can't hear you. Your mic is really bad.
Huh?
Your mic sounds really bad. It sounds like you're underwater.
All right, what about now?
Better.
I said that you worked and you traded at the same time?
In the beginning, yeah, of course.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to. you gotta make money somewhere.
And what were you doing 8 months ago?
I was landscaping, and then before that I was Ubering.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was long. The landscaping was really. Oh my God, I was up at 3:30 a.m. so I could trade from like 4 to 6 or 4 to 8, and then I would go landscape till 5 or 6, and then go to the gym, and then come home and prep meals till like 10, 11, and then get to bed, and that was Monday through Saturday.
Easy. And you're up?
What's up?
Testimony.
What's up?
I said you were just energized the whole day.
Well, yeah, I loved everything I did. Like I liked working. I still, if I were to do anything and go back to doing something, I'd probably want to do something like I like being outside. So working outside was fun. Plus, it felt like I was just working out. And then obviously going to the gym, that was awesome. And then trading, I loved trading. So everything I did, I enjoyed. So it wasn't that bad. Plus, Saturday to Sunday, I would sleep for like 15 hours and like make up for it. So.
Of course, yeah. But I like how you have your days planned already and filled, so you know what you're doing.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
I love structure. Like even now, everything is extremely.
You're motivated to get up for something in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah. Even now, everything is extremely. I perform best when things are structured. So like.
Honestly, man, that's why I sprung for the full mentorship, man, with you, because you're definitely very humble with it, and definitely motivated. You know that 0% of 0 is 0, and every day you get up and you do what you have to do to go after your dream.
Exactly.
Hats off to you on that one, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I mean that's what life's about, I think. I mean, we gotta be here. If we're living, we gotta be here anyway. So why not try to do something we love? And if we make it and we get there before our time is up, awesome. If not, at least we got to kind of go through life doing what we like, I guess, or trying to do something we like, pursuing it, which is still a blessing, you could say, as well. Still nothing on the charts, guys. Like I said, we're waiting till 6:30, so probably just, if you're just tuning in, we'll probably be kind of shooting it back and forth while we wait for that news before anything, because GJ I don't like, gold I didn't really like, AJ I like, but we got that news coming in, so we want to see what happens after. So after news, we'll be more chart attentive. Did it make a difference when you stopped working besides trading? Yeah, a little bit. The first couple weeks where I was a little more hesitant and kind of like, okay, I need to trade. So there was a few weeks where I did instead of like my 1 to 2 trade rule that I was taught, some days I ended up taking 2 to 3, or by the end of the week I'd have taken 2 or 3 trades I shouldn't have taken. Just kind of adjusting to everything. But as soon as I realized that nothing needed to change, working or not. Just had to do exactly what I was doing when I was working. Everything jumped right back on track real fast. But yeah, I sent you the link. Yep.
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
Yo. Just chilling. So, but yeah, I mean, Asian session's slow, but this time works good for me, and we got a pretty dope community. Bunch of cool people show up, bunch of positive people show up, or we got really cool people in the Zoom call. Some dope people in Rakila's group that come hang out with us. So it's really, really fun to, even though the session's not optimal, and there's maybe 1 or 2 good trades a week, still fun to hang out and just practice what we should be practicing for those higher volume sessions. Yep, no worries. I mean, I gotta answer the questions, you know? That's the whole point of this. If I just started the live stream and ignored you guys, I'd be be pretty useless. But yeah, if you guys send some charts, we can break down charts while we wait. We still got another 14 minutes. Yep.
So I went fishing today, but I was kind of smiling when I got home and saw gold. So
it went up for you, right?
Yeah, it's 1945. It went up to 1950. But yeah, so
nice.
Guess those buys from 1860 aren't looking so bad anymore. And fishing was good.
Buys from, oh yeah, 1887. That's what we marked. I haven't touched gold since we marked it up on
1889 is what we said. Remember, we said
no, we said 1887.
Oh, okay. Then it was going to give the pattern at 1887, and then we were going to buy.
Yep, and it did right here. Oh, that's 30 minutes. Do it 1 hour.
Go the hour.
Yeah, 1 hour kind of gave. Yeah, I mean 1 hour gave it here, but that was definitely not an intelligent trade. But we made support there. I think that was good.
Yep.
And then 1 hour kind of presented here. That'd have been good. But yeah, no, those buys from that was the level we discussed, and that was perfect. But I like I said, I haven't even looked at it since I put that line there, which was, I think we were over here. Yeah, we were on that was the second.
Yep.
That we said that. So yeah, that has held support for 2 days now. So
well, and again, it
ended up being a strong level.
It's just the higher time frames went in and out again, right? Even though we had a drop, massive drop, it was just the higher time frames always said buy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just had to take its time. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think NFP is gonna do? You think that's gonna push it up or down?
Well, I think initially it could quite possibly push it down, but I'm not really worried about. Usually, after the news gets kind of filtered out, it goes in the direction it was going before the news. So
Yep.
if it drops, that's a sign that we'll get up again, but it might drop first. I have no idea, and I don't really care because my positions are in profit now, and it can do whatever it wants. But I would actually anticipate maybe another drop down.
That's bad.
whiskey at the bottle, honey trying to drown all these sorrows. Yeah. Only thing that I know, if it glitters, it ain't gold. I just let my heart break and trade that for a good song.
She fake a pretty smile. All the breaks that we be taking make it seem like it done been a while. Never mind. We're sleeping.
What up, Rodrigo? High trending. We'll pull up AJ for you.
Usually I'd foolishly just think that we could be something we couldn't be. Trying to hear the truth we never spoke. Never know no different though than chasing down what isn't gold. If getting what you want require letting go, then that mean never capturing our youth require getting old. But all these choices they done been my own. Down the same road again we go, just hoping that the ending different though.
I've been down the wrong road, and I've been all alone. Drinking whiskey at the bottle.
Just got momentum fundamentally. AJ on the 4 hour. But once it comes down and makes a support there, that's kind of what you're looking at. Gotcha. Yeah, like I said earlier, the 4 hour looks more bullish, but this looked bearish until this. So now that if this can make a high and a higher low, that would then match up with the higher time frame, which would make sense for price to start pushing up. I think we could target. We could target up here. Thank you for the sub, Rodrigo. Appreciate it, brother.
Paul, so if he's looking at 4 hour, right?
Yep.
He's only gonna wait for he's only gonna wait for the 4 hour close or open, right? So whenever he takes a trade.
I'm not sure. I don't know what he's gonna do with his chart. It just just said waiting for a signal, a buy signal on the 4 hour. So I don't know what that is. 4 hours now flipping. So like I said, if this thing can make higher high and a higher low, I think it looks good to keep going up. And then we got a target at like 75, 600 for the first 4 hour target. Daily target, I think we're looking higher. Maybe like 76, 400 area.
But for your targets, you look at the 15-minute, 30-minute to see where you could hit your targets at, correct?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, yeah. But if we're making an uptrend, I'm anticipating, if we're going higher, high, higher, low, I'm expecting resistance to be broken. And vice versa, if we're making lower, 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 high, I'm expecting support to be broken. So if we continue to make higher highs and higher lows, I think this will get broken. Unless we get stuck here, and then we make lower lows and lower highs after that. But that'll give plenty of time. Do I believe on algorithms? I mean, I'm sure they work. I don't do it. I've never done that before, so I mean, I don't know, but I've heard that their people do fine with it, but I'd rather do my own trading than let a robot control it. But I mean, it's your money, you do whatever you want. Yep, gotcha, exactly. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So now we could say we had like our kind of like resistance right here. We had support right here. Now just like yesterday. That. Now we're getting this move up. Ideally a little higher would be preferred. Support and then move up. That would be lovely. And then your entries would be like that.
So if it breaks out of that resistance, you wait for the next candle to retest it.
Nope, I wait for I wait for a push up. So whether this push up is here or up here, I don't care. All I care about is we make a high and then we make a higher low. So wherever that higher low occurs, it could be like this. Does not matter whether it's here or here or here or here or here or here. Don't care. As long as it makes a support, that's all we need to see.
Okay.
Yeah. But logically, it will more than likely make that support right here. But if there's a lot of volume, then we're going to go higher and we're going to make a support higher and just keep going. But if we get a support here, that works too.
Yes, because I was talking to Sammy. He was telling me that a support could be created anywhere.
Yep. Oh, that's all. That's why we're just looking at structures and not zones, because we just want to see support be created or resistance be created wherever that may be. But the only kind of catch is that support needs to have not broken the previous lower high or higher low, or that resistance needs to have not broken. So here, we actually have one right here. So we got resistance here, here, and here. So we're doing this.
Yeah.
Right? And now we have this breaking that previous lower high. So if we see this, that doesn't look like a downtrend anymore, does it? That looks more like an uptrend. So now we're getting that break, and then we wait for this portion here to form.
So you buy low and you sell high.
Yep. So that's why we want this to push up high, come back so we can buy it low, and then take it back to that high, and ideally the trend should push it a little higher. That would be ideal.
So when you started trading, was everything, once you got into the groove of trading, was everything just instant for you, where it's like, okay,
No.
I like 1, 2, 3, like I know what I'm trying to look for.
Gosh, no.
Plan, actually, sorry.
No.
Okay.
No. It took me a while to figure everything out. I'm still learning stuff as we go. I mean, I plan to always be trying to learn and get better, but it took a lot of repetition to just visually be able to see this stuff so well. So it's just a matter of, that's why I say, like, go to the daily sims every day. Go to the live streams, pay attention to the arrows, draw arrows on your chart, because all that repetition is just going to make it easier and kind of speed it up a little bit for you in terms of what you should be looking for.
Yeah. And how did you find like okay, like AJ, like this is my favorite pair. How did you just started, finding your favorite pairs and what works for you? Was it a lot of trial and error and looking at different pairs?
Yeah. There was a lot of trial and error. I used to trade GU, but GJ is better for me. The London session works really, really good for me. I like being up at night anyway, so that also, I learned recently that that's really, really good for me. And then for the Asian session, I was just flipping through every single Asian session pair, and I was like, okay, which one moves best? All right, these 4 move really good. Okay, which one of these 4 consistently moves the best? And then AJ.
AJ, awesome. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of trial, like whether you have a mentor or $1 million teacher who throws a strategy at you that's a perfect strategy and you never lose, you're going to have to figure stuff out on your own regardless.
Of course, yeah.
Because you just got to figure out what works for you. But having like a mentor or a group or whatever you're in, they can kind of speed that up and say, okay, well, like, let's maybe try this direction first. Figure that stuff out instead of you just like, okay, well, what do I go figure out? Like, where do I even start? They can kind of build that foundation for you of, okay, here's the things you really should focus on, and then you sort of piece things together as you go.
I had a question to ask. So let's say with my schedule, because the reason why I trade New York session is because of my work schedule. I only work from Wednesdays to Friday, right?
Yep.
So that's why I usually choose New York. So let's say Mondays and Tuesdays I don't work at all. Do you think it would be, because I love how the London session moves, like when I wake up I see it moving so perfectly. Do you think it would be okay if I trade Monday and Tuesday London sessions and the rest of the week New York, or do you think I just stick to one session?
I think sticking to one would be better, but it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah.
See if you can make it work for you, because I think you can definitely make it work. It would just you just got to understand the volume and how that works and what works and what doesn't work for each session.
Yeah. It would be cool to have one session Asian, one session London, and another one in New York. That would be so cool.
How long have I been learning for? I've been doing this for a little over 2 years now. And I mean, I'm going to be learning forever. So I've been learning since I started pretty much. And I'll continue to. Yeah, I get you, Marty. When price action seems lower time frames become an inconvenience. No.
I love how you say that you're still learning too, because most people they're like, oh yeah, I know this and that already, and I like how you say, hey, I'm still learning.
Yeah. I mean, it's like life, you know. You're always gonna be learning. Otherwise, we're just gonna plateau and stop making progress. So, always want to try and keep learning. Higher time frames to filter all the noise. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, find what works for you and then just do it. Whether my way works for you or doesn't work for you, it doesn't matter because it works for me. So. Hi, Dan. We'll pull this up. Exactly. Exactly. So now you know what to wait for, and now you know you can see if you get something like this happening, breaking previous structure. Now you know maybe your better play is to wait for sells. Then you're kind of on the right side of where the momentum appears to be at that time.
Thank you, bro.
Yep. What up, Rasim? How's it going?
Oh, everything is fine.
Good. Very good. Yeah. See, now this just looks rangy. So now we need to wait, like we were saying, we need to wait for that pop up or that pop down. Looks like the news is here. So we'll see what happens. If nothing happens, then we just wait for that pop up or pop down.
So you always wait for news to pass by, or?
Yeah, I don't trade. I don't trade news at all. Yellow folders, I don't really concern myself with, but this was an orange one, so I figured I would just wait 30 extra minutes till after Tokyo Open, and then that news passed. So news is.
So if we have a whole bunch of news for New York, let's say New York session for GJ, you would not trade that whole thing.
Yeah, no, I didn't trade at all this morning, so because of everything that was going on, and then tomorrow, I mean, I never trade New York, so I won't be there regardless.
Yeah.
But like this stuff tomorrow, if there's a trade once Tokyo Open happens, I'll just take a trade. But if this was happening during my trading time, I would wait till that's over with. DJ just popped down. Thank you, Chending. Appreciate it. Like I said, Asian's slow. We don't get trades every day, but there's still you can still get better. Practice a good fundamental base. Discipline, proper risk, waiting, being patient. You can still practice that stuff here. You don't need to take a trade to learn and improve. GJ. Yeah, I'd say we're still respecting structure. If we look on the 30-minute, yeah. So if it starts breaking here, I would say the sells are gonna be more so the play. So then we would just wait for low to be established, and then wait for it to come up, make a resistance, and then take a trade. I mean, all these arrows I draw, you guys see me draw them every day. That I do exactly that in London session. If you look on Instagram, whenever I post up a trade, whenever I get one, this week it hasn't been much, but it's the same thing. You can draw your arrows on my chart, and you're gonna see exactly what I saw and exactly why I took the trade. So yeah, we'll see how price reacts here. Again, I'm not going to do anything on GJ anyway, but we'll at least see, like, if we do kind of break this structure, do we actually come down or what happens? So we'll see.
Well, when do you expect the election results to come in?
Whenever these clowns get their crap together. You know? I mean, it was supposed to be done the day it started on the 3rd, right? Was it the 3rd? Yeah, I think it was the 3rd. It was supposed to be done then, and it's not. So, I have a feeling they're gonna drag it out for a long time for no reason. But I don't know what's actually gonna happen. I would just guess, since they're already starting to dilly-dally, and it doesn't seem like there's much urgency for them to figure this out. They're gonna pull everything out of the book, every little thing they can pull out to stall and win. So I imagine that taking some time. They're gonna try and bring the Supreme Court in, They're gonna try to recount. They're gonna do everything they can to make sure it was right. And who's ever losing is gonna trying to pull everything they can. So, but it'd be nice regardless if they could just get it over with. Here's your winner. Boom. All right. Let the
Yeah,
country do it.
exactly. Yeah, in and out.
Yeah, exactly. Just get it done. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'm not really into politics, but I just want to get over with.
Yeah, same. I'm not a politics person. Ridiculous.
Yeah, everybody has their own views, and I'm okay with it. I'm in the middle of everybody, which is.
Yeah. Everyone's got their opinion. It is what it is. I don't know. Car plays. We'll see. We'll see if we get a trade. We'll take a trade. But like I said on Monday, gonna be a slow week. I'm not gonna be too eager to jump in anything. And I didn't trade this morning, so ideally, when I don't get a trade in the morning, I don't like to do too much in the Asian session, unless it sets up perfect. Right now, it's setting up like crap. So we'll see what happens. That Asian session's a lot of planning for the London session too. You don't need to take a trade every time you're at the charts. So if anything for me, this is just extra practice of discipline. But if we get a trade and it sets up properly, it's not a Tokyo Open, there's no news, and it's got some good risk to reward, then we'll take a trade. If not, we'll keep planning, keep hanging out, see what goes on. Yeah, I
noticed on GJ that around 233, there's a big push always happening. I start seeing that sometimes when I look back.
I think that's the 4-hour close for Asian. Yeah, if support forms there, I like that. Support forms, you can take it up. Target daily wick fill. Yeah, maybe first target here, and then see if you can get that little extra. Target if 30-minute closes below 136. Yeah, I think that makes sense too, because then that would be breaking structure. So both solid plays, I think. No, you're good, Gerzat. No worries. But yeah, there is normally a burst of volume that will happen in an hour and a half at that 4-hour close. So, but right now this just looks very rangy.
Paul, what state do you live in?
Wisconsin.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Where you at?
Miami, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
much better
rainy
than
over here.
Wisconsin. Cold here.
Yeah, it's cool.
No worries, Rasim. No worries. But that's what the stream's for, is charts. Why has Asian session been moving the last couple days? Why has or why hasn't? I don't know what you're trying to ask. But Asian session had some volume here. This was not bad. We called those sells, didn't take it because this was right at Tokyo Open as usual. So nothing there for me, but resistance made sense again down there. And then I think the day before that there was insane volume because of the election. That was the 3rd, so that makes sense. And then now it's pretty normal now, just really rangy at the moment. But we'll see. Maybe volume will come back once the election's all over with, and Asian will start moving like it used to. But until then, we're gonna kind of expect lower volume session and just really make sure we're taking a good quality trade that's worth the risk. So there's plenty of opportunities that's set up, but with this being lower volume right now, is it worth the risk? Is what you gotta ask. 30-minute, yeah. So we need candles to start pushing up, breaking these highs here or breaking these lows for some direction. Courses or books recommend for Forex? I mean, well, my course obviously is recommended, but book wise, No, I mean, I think any sort of motivational or self-development or psychology or mindset book is going to be beneficial. So I think any of those sort of books would work.
The Candlestick Trading Bible, that was really good.
Yeah, I read that one
one.
in the
That was
very
really good.
beginning. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It gave me a little eye opener, but it wasn't bad. I heard Naked Forex is good and Trading in the Zone as well. Yep. So I haven't read those.
Yeah, I did Trading in the Zone. It was really bland, but it was good perspective for sure. Yeah.
I think I like Candlestick Trading Bible because it showed pictures.
Yeah, that one was nice with the pictures. I just didn't like there was a lot of candle patterns.
Exactly. Bears, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't use any sort of patterns. So but I mean, still worth a read for just more information.
It does help.
I open for indicators. Yeah. I mean, some people make indicators work, and I mean, like I said, regardless of what anyone says, if you figure out what works for you, it doesn't really matter about anything else. So.
Oh, when you started trading, what did you did you ever had a plan, or how were you trading? Were you trading with indicators or?
A little bit of everything, honestly. The plan was changing all the time. That was the issue.
That's my issue now.
Yeah, there was no consistency in anything in the beginning for me, and that was honestly the issue. There was no consistency in how many trades I take a day, no risk management consistency, no strategy consistency, no market understanding consistency. Like everything was changing all the time, so it was really hard to get consistent, when nothing is consistent. So once all that stuff kind of clicked, everything really turned around pretty quickly. We've just been doing a lot of talking, Anthony, a little bit of everything, more so trading related today than yesterday, but has not been any trades yet. Everything, AJ's just ranging at the moment, so you didn't really miss much. What up, Brabby? What were you saying, Jay?
No, I didn't say anything. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I just jump and read through the chats. What up, Sanchez? You're all good, bro. Like I said, you didn't miss anything yet. We are still just chilling. Gotta see something. Lowest time frame? I stick to the 15 for everything, maybe 30-minute, but if it can't present on the 15-minute, it's probably not a good trade anyway, so. DJ sells. Maybe. I don't think there's sells yet. We haven't even broke through a support. I don't see anything at the moment.
So if we break that support and it closes under, then your bias will change.
Yep, then I would say we could be looking for sells, but we still gotta wait for the entry to appear.
So we could be. Okay, not yet. Okay.
Yep. So the condition for sells is we need a lower low, which then is breaking support, and then we need price to come up, whether it be here or here, it doesn't matter. It needs to be under here, under that resistance right there, and then resistance needs to form again, and then we can sell down.
Oh,
resistance.
Okay. So resistance could form anywhere too.
Yep, same thing.
Just as support.
Yep.
You see, I've always thought it has to be right where that first arrow is that you put it at under the horizontal line. I thought, okay, it should respect that, and it should close under that.
It should, but it could just make resistance up here, and that would still be valid.
I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, all you're looking for is support and resistance, support. All you're looking for.
So if you're looking for resistance, it can't pass that. It can't pass that previous resistance.
Exactly. Because if it does that, it's
You're
breaking
opening
structure.
my eyes.
Just like right here, right? If we're truly going bullish, right? price should do this. Sometimes it'll do this. But you see how we never make a lower low? This one I drew lower, but I didn't mean to. They're all supposed to be the same level. But you see how we stay bullish?
Yes, sir.
But we never break any low of structure, meaning we never break a support.
Yeah.
We haven't broke a support yet, so there's no sells confirmed yet. We could make another support and we could push up. We could get stuck here again and come back down, make another support, push up and get stuck here again. Then we're just ranging. We just wait. I think this
That'll be a range.
Yep. I would say this is still just. If we make a support, you can maybe take it back up, but I would rather see a high get created and then get a fresh low. But that's just preference for me.
So no trading in ranges. I mean, I wouldn't trade it.
If you want, that's up to you. I don't, but that's up to you. So yeah, for this one, all I need to see is we need to see support get broken, because then we have resistance holding and we have supports being broken, and when that happens, our supports right here, they get broken. You see that? So
yeah,
that would be what would be happening here. We'd be breaking support, and then we wait for resistance, and we take a sell. If this doesn't appear, and it doesn't do if it doesn't do anything like this or like this, then we don't do anything. We don't take a trade, and that's fine.
This helps a lot.
Yep.
Learn something new.
It's super simple, but I mean, sometimes you just need someone you relate to explain it to you. Like
exactly.
If you went with like someone else, right? I'm not going to say names to keep it not biased, but let's say you went and joined somebody else's group and they said the exact same thing to you, but let's say they're like 60 years old. Just I'm picking a random number so it doesn't sound like I'm trying to pick a person. But let's say they're like very late in life, they're very old school, stuff like that, and they explain it to you in a way that you don't understand, but they say word for word what I just explained to you, but because you don't relate to them, it might not click. So that's kind of the thing is
very true.
That's why like there's no like you can't just say like, oh, I like your strategy, like give me your strategy so I can be like you. It's not going to work out for you long term. I tried that in the beginning. It doesn't work. My first mentor, I tried to copy his strategy exactly. It didn't work, and I learned and figured out why. But when someone you can relate to explains something to you, even if you've heard it before, that's going to have a better chance of clicking and making sense, because they can kind of put it in a way that might make sense to you, or you just listen better because you relate to them or you like them better, something like that. I don't know, but I've noticed if you relate to somebody better, things make more sense.
So right, I can say for you right now, you're my blueprint, and then after that, after I know what I'm, getting in the groove, what I'm doing, and finding my style, then that's it. I already have I made my own plan.
I don't like your analogy, but yes, I'm like the tool shed, and you're going in and you're just picking the tools you want, and you're gonna use the tools that you like, and the other ones you're not gonna use.
Okay.
But the blueprint one would have worked. I had my own analogy, and then you said one, so I had to say mine. But yeah, exactly it. Double high looks like a good fake out spot. Yeah, I mean, AJ, it looks ranging. I think overall, it looks like we should be starting to push down based on what I'm seeing here and how this candle's kind of still rejecting resistance. But I think right now it's undecided. What do you say to people who say Forex is such a good way to make money? Why isn't everyone doing it? Well, most people, this is going to sound really mean, so don't take offense to this, but most people have weak minds, honestly. They're going to try, and they have no discipline whatsoever. Like the normal person, like parents, right? They go to work, they come home, maybe they go out with their friends on the weekend, pay your bills. Granted, you're doing that every day, but there's no discipline in that. There's no discipline to get up and go to your job. You just do that. That's just what you do. It's like getting up and going and sitting on the toilet when you gotta poop. That's just something you go do because it's what you're supposed to do. You don't get up and like there's no choice to not go to the toilet to take a poop, Like, I mean, there is, but that's not what people do. People have jobs, they get up, they go to work. There's no discipline in that. So for someone to come to a chart and try to have any sort of discipline, when they have no discipline practice at all in their entire life or day-to-day basis? How can they just magically have discipline now? You know what I mean? You can't. Like when you start going to the gym, like the first couple weeks, the first few months, it's hard to keep going. Like your body's sore, you need to rest. You think you need to rest, but you don't. You're like, oh, I can take a break. I can take one day off, and then that one day turns into 2 days, turns into 3 days. Now you've ruined progress. Yeah, they just do stuff that they have to do. So I think the average person that isn't passionate or like a dreamer and they're pursuing something, there's too much risk in this. It's not worth it for them. Like, so they see it like, why would I dedicate 2 to 3 years of my life of trying to figure something out and struggling, but then after that 3rd year, I don't need to work because this pays my bills, right? Or they can say, I can go to a job right now and have a check next week. Yeah, I'm going to go that route because that's immediate. There's immediate gratification for that. There's no immediate gratification in trading. Even when you know what you're doing, you can still lose. Like if you go to your job, if you go 9 to 5, if you're there, you're getting paid. If you come to the chart, you could walk away giving money away. So there's no guarantee when you come to the chart that you're going to make anything. And people are like, why would I do that? I can just go to work and just kind of mutt through it and get paid, you know? So I think that's why a lot of people don't do it, is because it's hard, or it's not immediate reward, because you have to put the work in, and then once you learn trading, it's not that hard. It's just gotta be disciplined. When you lose, you take your one trade, win or lose, you're done. That's it. Go on about your day, come back to work the next day. A lot of people can't do that. Do you think doing both is possible? Yeah, I know a few people. I'd say I know a good amount, but I know a few people that I know a little closer that do both, and they just don't have they enjoy trading, but they're not passionate about it enough to they're passionate about their career. Trading's just something they enjoy, like a hobby, and that's okay too. Like you can do whatever you want to do. If you enjoy trading and it makes you a few $100 extra every week, or makes you a few thousand extra every week, but you really love your job, your career, there's no reason you can't do both. If that's what makes you happy, that's what you should be doing regardless. So but that's why I think most people don't believe in trading, or they don't do it, is it's just you have to go through it. It's like going to school again. You got to learn it before you can benefit from it. And then it's like, well, what if I don't learn it? Well, that's kind of on you. You can learn it if you want to. It's going to take some work. Might be easier for others, harder for other people, but all doable. So, yeah, I don't know why I went with the poop analogy. I was just trying to think of something that people do, like just on a day-to-day basis, like go to the bathroom. When you have to go to the bathroom, you go to the restroom and you use the toilet or the stall or whatever. But like when you're hungry, you go eat food. Why they happen? I mean, I don't know why they happen. Just price wants to go the other way. Are they predictable? No. You can manage it, but can't really. You can analyze where price should go if it does a fake out. Does a fake out. That's why I would just look at structure. Don't really worry too much about fake outs. And like fake out, we could say here we closed above, we closed back underneath. But this just looks rangy. Could say this here is a little fake out, but this is rangy again, so that one you wouldn't have done anything there regardless. So I would say just focus more on structure than fake
Paul,
outs.
can you go on UJ real quick?
UJ?
Yeah.
That'd be $2.
You still owe me from the bet we made on card where I beat you like 31 on quick school.
I'm probably gonna have to pay that $2 bet for your shot again.
Oh my god.
You beat me on 15 minutes.
You beat me on COD. That sounds like a nightmare.
I was gonna say this is just like a perfect setup for like what things you're explaining.
Absolutely perfect.
I took it once this closed, stops under, and I my target was up here, but we were coming close to Asian Open, so I just secured 10 pips.
Very nice.
1-to-1, which is slightly over 1-to-1. So entry, yeah, and then secured at 10 pips.
Nice.
And
That's
then
textbook right there. That's it.
Yeah, the reason why is because I understand it's in a massive downtrend. I completely understand that, but I looked left, like how you always say, and then this was like the most recent resistance kind of came up, came back to, obviously went lower, but then when it closed bullish, that indicated that it's going to continue heading up. This was like a higher low.
Exactly. Perfect.
Simple as that. Done for Asian. I realized that one trade for me is better for me.
Yep. You gonna look at London then or no?
Yeah. London, like one trade for that session and I'm done. I'm not looking at any more trades for this session.
Gotcha.
But then London, I'll see if it sets up anything nice.
Hey, Paul, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What up,
There was a
so what up, Aaron?
There was a question in the Zoom chat about selling gold. If you want to get in front of a moving train, go ahead and sell gold. I would not be selling gold if Jesus himself came down and told me to do it.
Especially right now, Clay, with everything
I mean,
going on.
not to say it's not going to go down, but I would be, again, for the gazillionth time for over a year now, I think, Paul, buy every dip.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea makes sense. Resistance was created, so I think the plan makes sense.
I'm saying short term, yeah, absolutely, but I'm saying long term, this thing is going to the moon.
Yeah, no, I think he's just talking about the trade
right,
that he's probably in it right now. I think that looks good. It looks like you created a low. You got resistance. You're selling resistance. I think that makes sense. If this doesn't play out, I would anticipate price to just stay in this little range, and then it just kind of got stuck and didn't have any volume to go. But you do have this nice candle to kind of copy on the way down, and gold really likes to do that. So you could say you get a nice move down.
I'm looking at 1937 though, also, that it broke out of, right, from earlier on the 4 hour. 1937 was a pretty decent level, and I'd be looking for another buy if the pattern comes to 1937 and rejects that. I'd be looking to buy again.
37. Oh, you're talking over here?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I would be looking to do. If I'm doing, I'm gonna buy it again.
Yeah, I would even say maybe 1930.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think, long term looks bullish, but I think your idea makes sense.
1975 and 1980 is not too far away. It's coming pretty quick.
Yeah, we're moving up. Yeah, it looks like those
fundamentally
cells broke the low too.
Clay, do you look at fundamentals at all for gold, or do you just mainly technicals?
Well, again, I have fundamentals in the back of my mind, right? But I'm not looking at fundamentals when I'm taking the trades. I'm a purely technical person. But I always have fundamentals in the back of my head. You have to.
Yeah, and you would say fundamentally it also makes sense for gold to continue up, right?
I would say fundamentally.
Well, hey, you guys.
Well, yeah, absolutely. With all the uncertainty going on and a new stimulus bill coming out, possibly. We're printing money like it's going out of style. Inflation's going to go up.
Hey, Iron Man.
But more than anything, it's what the charts tell us to do, right? We can only trade what we see. We can't trade what we think we see or what we think's going to happen. We can only trade the probabilities, and the probabilities are in the charts, and the charts tell us everything we need to know. And until that changes, there's no reason to doubt it, I guess. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if by the close of tomorrow it's at 1980. I would not be surprised at all.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, and I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I'm married, like I said.
I disagree.
Well, I'm looking for the daily pivot in gold, and if it gets halfway there, I'm out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, your cells are looking good now. Like I said when we started, if we close bearish, I think that would make sense.
Yeah, my cells are floating about 45 pips now.
Well, there you go, man. That's easy.
Easy money. Very nice.
And I scale out as they hit the little levels. I have these little levels.
Nice job.
Based on the really low time frames. The ones that Gurjit likes.
GN sells handy. I mean, you can send a chart or $2 and I'll pull up GN. I would, sending a chart's free, so. Oh, that was my chest. My sternum. Anyone else can crack their sternum when you like lean back, stretch your chest out?
Bro, no, it's not painful.
No,
I can.
It feels good.
I can when I have done my exercise. Yeah.
But see what I was gonna say, can you go back to like GJ, UJ, and AJ? What are they doing?
Well, 3 charts, that'll be $2 each, that'll be $6, so you're up to $8 now. GJ trying to form support. So still just nothing yet.
Yeah.
Maybe if you trust this support, maybe it goes back up. But we're bearish on the 15 now too, so it just looks not enough.
And it's Asian Open, it should, like if there's volume, you should have already been here.
Yeah.
Or a little bit more.
Yeah, because Tokyo was an hour ago, so it should have been moving. I think it'll probably, the 4-hour close will probably give more information. AJ goes bearish again. Look at that on the resistance. I like that.
GJ looks so clean with the structure.
What does?
Well, GJ looked clean with that structure with that making the higher low and higher high.
You say GJ or AJ?
No, GJ right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, it looks pretty clean. No, all the way from before.
Over here?
Where it started, yeah.
Yep.
It looks pretty cool.
Yep, yeah. See how support's 1 every time? So now, if support gets broken, then we could say resistance is now holding and supports are being broken. And then we're going to be looking for sells. I think, yep, exactly. But this is kind of the overall structure, so I think once we break that, that'll be better confirmation.
Yeah, it depends on what happens right here. The mess that's there.
Yep, exactly. If we break up or we break down, that'll really determine it.
GJ sells down to 135.750 might be good, but if you look to the left, you've got the price action coming up was not so clean. So
yeah, it looks clean down to 843, 850 area, but yeah, it's just messy coming up.
Where did UJ go? They continue or not? Or stop right there?
Yeah, I think it'll keep going. It's got clean traffic here too, so maybe another lower high and push back up, or it just keeps kind of hinging its way up. AJ looks good, like Styles looks good. I like that, but much time? Give an hour. Yeah, I'd like to see a breakdown first, then just do that there. Yeah, exactly. This would feel like selling the low plus the risk to reward if we were to enter 10 pip stop. I mean, if we hold it all the way, we can get a 2-to-1. But if we add in spread, probably 1.5. So I'd rather wait for the 15 to finish coming down a little bit more. Give us a better lower low to these supports, and then come back up, give us a resistance, and then we can take it down. Hopefully get better risk to reward on that if it sets up.
I'm selling the GJ right now.
You're selling the GJ.
Yeah.
Based on.
We'll just look at your 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour candles and those wicks at the top of that.
Up here?
Yeah, closing lower than the one before. So I think we're gonna make a move down.
Your mic's underwater.
I said I think we're gonna make a move down because those 2 wicks are rejecting those highs.
Yep.
Hey, where would your stop loss be?
Above 133.33.
Huh?
What?
Above 136.33. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what the
No,
hell?
sorry about that.
136.
I'm placing mine at 136.60. That's what I'm doing. So
Oh.
just in case it goes above that, retest that high it did a little bit earlier, right? At 133.30, 136. And so I'm going to place it about 20 or 30 above that just to clear that area. But I'm in that now.
Yeah,
So
Paul,
Clay,
I
if it
cut
goes
out
to
on the
drawdown,
trade. I don't know what you guys heard.
Gotcha. Nice.
Clay, so if it's in drawdown, you just manage your trade, right?
I don't really care if it's a drawdown, I guess.
Okay.
I'm only taking this one as a one trade. I'm not going to add. I'm not going to swing trade this. I'm taking this as a one trade. If I lose, I lose. That's fine.
Okay.
So by managing the trade will be it either hits my stop loss or it hits my take profit. That's how I'll manage it. But I'm not going to swing trade this one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I get stopped out at 136.60, I'm done. But my take profit is going to be 134. So it's a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. So, and it either gets my 60 pip stop loss or it gets my take profit. Either one. I'm not touching it. I will not touch it.
Oh, Clay, how's your son doing on his trades?
He's doing amazing. I'll have another update tomorrow.
I saw that and I was like, that's fucking amazing. That's really amazing.
Did you see the picture of the fish today though? That was better.
He said that was better.
Did you see that fish today? Man, that was a good fish. I posted it. I listened to a podcast today about a guy named Dr. Fata that was giving his patients, over 16,000 patients, he was giving them chemo and cancer treatments, even though they didn't have cancer and chemo at all. And he got caught by the FBI. It was amazing. This guy was giving people these expensive treatments, even though they didn't even need it. He was telling people they had cancer. Oh my gosh, what world do we live in?
Pretty messed up. Andy, so you go to the camera on the top right, click it, and then click save, and then you're gonna copy the letters and numbers after the /x/ you copy those letters and numbers. AJ. Yeah, it might be coming down. I think there's just not enough information for me yet. Gold. Looks like it's coming down. Looks like those cells were from resistance were perfect. Maybe the 15 was even better. And no, 30 was the move. Perfect. UJ still rising up. Beautiful. I'll be back in a sec.
Does anybody have any questions about gold or any of that stuff while Paul's gone? Well, you had me here for a minute and I'm the only one here. Anybody have any questions?
What do you think about EJ? I mean, if you trade that, I'm looking at it.
It's going to be the same as the GJ, I would imagine, right?
Okay.
I can pull it up. I don't ever trade it, but
yeah. Exactly.
So apparently the move on gold last week when it was going down wasn't a liquidity grab, but apparently now this week, because people think that it's now a buy, is now a liquidity grab this week, but it wasn't a liquidity grab last week when we were buying it and people were making fun of us. I find that hilarious. That now it's just a liquidity grab because the charts say to buy, but last week it was just make fun of everybody because we were buying gold. I find that patently hilarious. I can't. Where is the EJ? I don't want to see her. I mean, well, there's the EJ right there. It's going to be the same as.
EJ.
as the GJ. For me, it's a sell. But I don't know why I'm not able to pull it up here. I think the US.
Wrap?
What was that?
Clayton, this is a liquidity grab, and you are holding buys until what number?
2,500.
Wow. Okay.
3,000 on gold.
Okay. So you are trading on the weekly.
I'm trading it on the 4 hour and stuff, but every higher time frame, if you look at every higher time frame, again, it's still an uptrend, right? On gold.
Okay. Yeah, right. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm looking for it to push back up to the highs at 2053 and 2056 and break the highs this time and go up to potentially 25.
This is just technical analysis, or you are working with elections and beating on the top?
Like I said, it's technical analysis, but it's also taking into account everything that's happening in the world, right? It's taking into effect the fact that the U.S. is a mess right now. We can't figure out our election. We're stupid. We can't figure that out. We're printing money like it's going out of style. Inflation's going to go up. Okay? We quite possibly could be the dumbest people in the world. And we're the most powerful people in the world. It's pretty funny. But we're printing money. Inflation will catch up with us at some point, and gold will skyrocket. So it's based on, my main stuff is based on technicals, but it's also with a flavor of, fundamentals, because the fundamentals say the same thing as the charts. But I trust my charts. More than anything, I trust what I can see, and what I can see is higher time frame uptrend on every single one, and a target of 2053 at least. Now, does that mean it's going to go straight up to 2053? Of course not. No, markets never go up, but they never go straight down. But I mean, again, Paul's been doing this for how many months? 11, and insane for 11 months.
Please, so if is it true that if Biden wins, the gold will go up?
The reason people say if Biden wins, gold will go up, because what is Biden going to do? He's going to raise the corporate tax from 21 to 28%. He's going to raise capital gains taxes from 15% to 25%. So every time you take money out of your brokerage, you don't pay income tax on it, you pay capital gains. So when he says that no one that makes under $400,000, their taxes are going to get raised, is nonsense. Because if I take money out of my brokerage account, I'm being taxed on it, and he's going to raise those taxes. There's a lot of traders that don't make $400,000, right?
Yeah.
So that's nonsense. And if he raises the taxes, because whether you like President Trump or not, he gave everyone a tax break. I know everyone likes to say just the millionaires. It's wrong. So if he gets rid of the Trump tax cuts, what does everyone's taxes do? They go up. They go up. But companies, in order for companies to grow, and this is something that's very important, in order for companies to grow, what do they want from the government? They want less burdensome regulations. They don't want a bunch of red tape if they want to expand or they want to go drill somewhere else, and they want low taxes. So if Biden's going to increase the regulations to make it harder for people to drill, right? He wants to get rid of the oil industry. He wants to phase out. He's going to be crippling sanctions on fracking, and he's going to raise your taxes. Well, if that happens, what is the stock market going to do? It's going to crash. And if the stock market crashes, despite what other people say, gold is still a safe haven. Gold has been a safe haven for 200 years. It didn't stop being a safe haven last week because it went down. Gold is always a safe haven and will always be a safe haven, no matter what anyone else says, because last week they were saying, no, it's not a safe haven anymore. It's been a safe haven for 200 years. It's still a safe haven. And you're seeing that now. What are you seeing now with all this confusion and everything in the election? What are people doing? They're putting their money in what? And it's really as funny when people say that it's not a safe haven anymore. It is absolutely a safe haven. So I always say it's based on the charts, because the charts tell us everything. I always say every candle tells you a story, and you have to be able to learn what that candle is telling you, because they all tell their own story. And so I focus completely on what is this candle telling me, what is the momentum, what are the overall charts telling me, and everything has told me. And Paul's back. I mean, Paul, we've been doing this for a long time, and we've been saying buy dips for 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
Where was it at when you started? Where was it at when you started your streams?
I don't know. I wasn't trading gold.
Well, but you started how many months ago?
10, 11.
10 months ago. So that was in January or February?
Yeah, January.
So just go to your gold chart and go to the monthly chart. Where was it at 10 or 11 months ago? I have to go look at it now. Where was it at in January of this year or February of this year? Oh, I'm not even on the right one.
Like 1500.
Okay, so it was at 1500 and now it's at 1939. And Paul and I, if you've been coming into a stream, have been saying buy dips since 1500.
Pretty much.
So if you had bought dips since 1500, would you be doing all right now?
If you knew how to trade, yeah.
Right. So we've been saying this for over a year, that every time it dips, you buy it because of certain stuff. And the closer we got to the election and the madness, gold was going to go up, and it's going to continue to go up. So it's still a safe haven. It will always be a safe haven. So anyway, Paul's back. I'm done yapping.
I am here.
Thank you, Clayton. Thank you very much.
My heart's been ripped wide open.
Gershot back yet?
So many mixed
Are you alive still?
Hey, Paul, did you guys discuss the short-term sell signal for gold? Or was that not discussed?
Yeah, I went over it before I left. Once we got resistance,
Did you guys discuss those wicks up on the 30-minute?
Up here?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Why?
Just curious.
Oh, no.
And so, like, I mean, I realize the trend for gold is up, but, you know, typically gold does a significant pullback, right?
I mean, yeah, I think these sells make perfect sense. Right down to here, maybe, for your first target. 1932. I think that's a good first target, or even like 1930, 1928.
Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out before then, but yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, I think it's coming down right now.
Yeah, I already closed 95% of my stuff.
Nice. AJ.
My runners are floating 65 pips.
Nice. Wow.
Then you don't really care at this point, do you? You've already booked profit. You don't really care what it does. Your stops are in profit. You do whatever you want.
Yep.
Yeah, I closed 95%, and my runners are floating 65 pips.
Yeah, you're golden.
I'm golden, yes, as the case may be. So I'll just move the stops a little bit as it goes, and then get stopped out wherever I get stopped out, and go have breakfast, brunch with my girl.
There, records. Have a good night, man.
That's so key for you too, because you're gonna I guess what they call, you're gonna scale your lots out, right? Every time it goes more in your favor, you're gonna move your stops more into profit. That's the way to trade, man. You're doing it beautifully. You're comfortable with the profit you got.
I learned it from you, man.
It's beautiful.
Iron Man futures trading.
The guy that hasn't progressed for 17 years, it's amazing. It's beautiful. I haven't progressed at all.
We've been talking about other people a lot. I think that's kind of a waste of our time.
I haven't said anybody.
No. Yeah, well, kind of a waste of our time. Waste of breath.
All right, I'll stop then, and I'll just read the stream then.
You can join other streams and do that. We don't do that. Is it a thing where equal candles implies? Yeah, it could. It could have like an engulfing candle. I could see how that could change direction and be a solid trade.
Oh, I see GJ breaking out of that
Yep.
That's support.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Exactly. So now we're getting our low now. So then we gotta wait for price to pull back, make a resistance, and then that would be a 15 minutes. Got nice traffic too, down to 135, 830, 825.
And you said that the resistance could be it could make resistance anywhere.
Yep.
As long as it's below that previous resistance.
Yes. So if it forms resistance above here.
That's good. So that's why I'm asking. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. As long as it's under here. More than likely, you're gonna see it kind of occur in this area, but it could be here or here or here. There's no one spot. Doesn't really matter too much. The general area would probably be somewhere in here. You'll see it form. So we got this little bit here.
Goes back in.
This bit here and this bit here, which is most recent. So ideally, resistance somewhere in there would work.
But if it goes right back, then it's invalid.
Yep. Then we would say we're still ranging, or we wait for a high and then a higher low.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Honestly. Thanks. Honestly, I feel like trading doesn't have to be. People make it hard. I feel like it's easy, but it's just getting the groove into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, once I learned simplicity from Merkeel, it was I just tried to figure out my thing and make that as simple as possible. So.
Even with trading, I feel like it's a lot of waiting too.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of waiting.
There's a ton of waiting. That's all it is waiting.
But when you place that trade, it's like you get what's it called? That rush.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little adrenaline rush. There's still excitement because you want to be right, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so like I said, price here wasn't really moving super good. So instead of anticipating one candle to make price start moving good, we just wait, and we still have not started moving good yet. So once we do start to move clean, then we should get a trade that moves clean as well. UJ pushed up nice, might come back, make a lower high now. Or just kind of stay in this range if there's no volume, which it does look incredibly low volume. I mean, they look at these 1 hour candles, you know, there's nothing going on. The wicks on the left on GJ, how it kept going to the support. Current 30-minute close is bearish. Yeah, it could, but I wouldn't sell there. You were breaking the support, so that makes sense, but I think if you were selling, you should have sold up here and taken it down to here, and now this is where your runner plays. Otherwise, you're waiting.
I'm flat. I cut it all.
Yeah, otherwise you're waiting for another resistance to form or to come here. Or form there, wherever. You're just waiting for another resistance now.
Yeah, I cut it all. I don't want to look at it anymore. I'm done for the week.
On GJ?
No, on gold.
Oh, nice. It pushed down a little more, too.
I'm done for the week because I just don't want to see it anymore. I was you know, I hit all my targets.
Nice. Yeah, kind of a messy week. Yep, exactly, Jamie. Slow and steady. Yo, someone asked in the chat earlier, I don't know if they're still here, but excuse me. They wanted to know how you anticipated this to be a higher high and not a lower high. How did you figure that out?
That was a high, not a low high.
Yeah, no, but how did you anticipate this to be a higher high and not a lower high to over here?
I'm looking at the most recent, and so most recent, first of all, with structure, it shouldn't have broken this resistance. So that was one thing I looked into. So when it came down, I just waited for a bullish close. Once it's a bullish close, to me, it's the structure is broken now. Like obviously, I understand higher time frame, 4 hour, daily. I understand all that in a downtrend. But I'm just saying right now, but structure-wise, on a more of a lower time frame. Once I got this confirmation, I just took my buy. As simple as that. That's going to continue up and create a higher high, and that this is a higher low.
Perfect.
Like it just like for me, it's like if you want to continue down, it shouldn't have broken this resistance at all.
I agree.
It's simple as that. Because when it came back, it kind of came back into the general zone. Obviously, it's not perfect, but like this general zone. Also, if you look at the hourly, when I was watching the hourly, when the 50-minute closed bullish, it wasn't obviously the hourly wasn't fully closed. But from watching the charts enough, I can kind of just tell in a way that this is going to be more of a rejection wick, if you get what I mean. Because the 50-minute, when the bullish 50-minute close and gave me the confirmation, it left a massive wick already. Anything can happen with the last 30 minutes, obviously, with the candle, but the way that I've seen the charts in the past, it looked like it was going to be a rejection wick to continue heading up. Yeah. Yeah, it was a clean structure formation. That's it.
Yep.
And the reason why I took it at 1-to-1, I didn't think it was going to continue up here, or this was my initial target, which it did go to, but I just secured at 10 pips. Was because Asian volume is never consistent, so I just took it at my just above 1-to-1. That's the only reason. If it was like London, this I would have continued up.
Yeah, I agree. I think London would have pushed that up higher.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Yep.
Off topic, but what monitor do you have? I'm trying to look for a good little monitor for me to start up.
Just for trading.
Trading and gaming. I like a little bit of both. You know.
If you're doing gaming, you gotta get either 144 hertz or a 244 hertz monitor. I'd go 244 just because it's better. But that's like probably a $400 or $500 monitor.
That's fine. And the PC?
I really like the iBuy power, but I would say probably a 16 gig for sure. 2060 or 2080 graphics card will work.
Okay.
Cheers, guys. Have a good weekend.
Alright, Kat. See you later, bro.
Ciao.
You too.
We've got 1 minute for that close under support.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're watching it. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it up and flipping. You heard 144 is more worth than 240. Well, 240 you get more frames per second, so maybe dollar cost is more worth it. Especially if you're just kind of leisurely playing, but from like a competitive standpoint, 244 is better because that could determine a gunfight. Who wins? Someone sees you milliseconds faster, and you're both extremely good. Gonna come down.
So what
to
would you know
FPS.
about that? You're doo-doo.
You play games, Paul, or no?
Nah. Yeah, no, I play Warzone in the morning when I'm waiting for a trade. Man, this thing is just ranging.
It's true, dude. The Asian session is just waiting for basically London, right?
Yeah, like I said, if it doesn't set up perfect, I don't do anything. Like if it's a good setup but it's risky, I'd just rather just not do anything. Yeah.
Okay, so now that GJ closed under its support, so now we have to wait for 2 confirmations to show us the resistance?
I mean, why you say 2? I mean, all we're waiting for is resistance to be formed. So ideally, we would like this to push down a little bit, and then just come make a resistance.
Oh, meaning one bullish candle, that's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter.
Okay.
As long as it respects our conditions. So it needs to respect that resistance we've created here. Make another one, and then we can target whatever low is created. That's why I'm saying we want this. Excuse me. We want this to push down, so we have a better target. So if we pull back, we can target here, versus if we push down to here and pull back here, target's only there, versus better target here. So that's kind of the idea.
Yeah, because we're so high.
Is what?
We'll be selling high.
Yep, yeah, that's what we'd be looking for. But the deeper it pushes down, the better, because then we'll have a better target.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the FPS doesn't really matter, but like if you're live streaming, you're playing like a $300,000 tournament. Wow, especially with that kind of skill level, you're just at a little bit of a disadvantage anyways by not getting as many frames.
Paul, you know, those monitors I showed you yesterday.
Yeah.
What inch do you think they are?
What?
Inches.
Oh, I have no idea.
Just by looking, what, 30?
Gosh, no, way more than that. That was that was like 4 or 5 foot monitor.
Oh shit.
And then probably, I don't know, 22 or 23 inches in like width. So
Sammy, are you in any trades?
No, not right now. I stopped trading Asian since July, August.
it's been pretty messy.
Yeah.
I got 4 right now, but that's for streaming. You only need 1 monitor to trade. But I do a lot of multitasking, so it's nice. Plus, it looks cool. So, but by no means do you need 4 monitors to trade.
Yo, Paul, are you running Warzone tonight?
Possibly.
If you are, let me know.
Okay. I'll probably jump on for a little bit.
Went from trading to gaming.
Gaming's lit.
I want to eat after this, but yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get a trade. What time is it? 7:30 or 8:30?
UJ maybe.
Well, 8:30. Oh, well, I'm in Miami, so it's 8:30.
Yeah. So yeah, 9:30 is when the stream ends. Do I play poker? No.
UJ's the only thing that looks clean to me.
Yeah, UJ looks good, but not any. Now it's kind of missed it. DJ hasn't done enough for me to do anything. AJ is looking like trash.
Oh, Paul, that's what I wanted to ask. How would you take on to adding more positions? I've never.
I don't. So.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But once, like as structure is formed, that you got to sell in here, and then you added a cell once this formed, and then if it did it again, maybe you add another cell. That's how I would do it. But
higher highs. Okay.
yeah, I don't. Otherwise, it's the same way going the other way. take a buy, and then if it works again, maybe add a position, maybe add a position. But I just get one, and then I'm out, and then I'm done.
Yeah, so you just like stick to structure.
What?
You like sticking to structure.
Oh yeah, everything. That's all it is. 15-minute structure. That's it.
Okay, cool.
If you're
What's up, be nice?
I was gonna say, I feel like also if you're adding positions, make sure you secure some from your original entry, and then the position you add, make sure it doesn't put you back into losing.
Yeah, that's
at least try to keep some profits if you're gonna add positions. That's I would say the best place. But if you're not, then maybe break even if you're adding positions.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because there's no point of giving back your profits, right? So if you're adding position, don't add a bigger lot, or that takes away your profits and takes you into losing or break even. Add like a smaller one that you think that's going to continue for the higher time frame target.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Trade Asian and London session.
What do you think about UG right now, Paul? If it closes bullish again on 15-minute?
Just setting up. I don't like UJ, but we'll look at it.
Just see, because it's the cleanest right now if it closes.
Yeah, it looks kind of 15. Yeah. It's still respecting structure. But in 8 minutes, I think that's going to try to push up to the high. I would have preferred this setup here, where we had more room to go up. For this one, we could maybe push the wick fill or get stuck here.
Because we also have to worry about this resistance.
Yeah, there's just not enough room between those candles.
EJ looks cool.
I was gonna say NFP tomorrow. That means maybe stay in your bed and just let everybody else lose their money.
I mean, I'll be in London, should be fine.
Yeah, London, but not New York.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, tomorrow's Friday.
Yep.
Oh shit. Awesome. Do you guys really do you guys trade Friday?
Yeah.
I do myself. I think Fridays are some of my best days.
Yeah, Fridays are usually pretty good. They're nice and smooth, and they tend to trend really nicely too.
Yeah, I don't recommend trading tomorrow for Friday though.
Not during New York.
Yeah, London, yeah, but not New York at all. Unless only before, pre New York, but even that, I would say just stay off.
So just get off. If anything, just get off before NFP announcements, correct?
Yeah, but I would say just even 1 or 2 hours before that.
You gotta be careful for the session opens as well.
Because sometimes it just ranges. If there's not all the time, sometimes they will just range into NFP, and then NFP will bring the surge of volume, and then blow through everything.
I mean, if you want to trade tomorrow, you guys can trade tomorrow. That's totally up to you.
Yeah.
We're just telling you what we're doing. I'll be trading London. If it sets up with a nice trade, I'll take it. If it doesn't, then I'll just take my one trade for the week and be done. If you want to trade NFP and do some pendings, then do your thing.
My scary story with go ahead.
I was gonna say NFP. It's just really, really, really high impact news.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen it, and I'm assuming because you don't know what NFP is, I would say sit on your hands and watch it so you can understand why we're saying you should sit out. So then next time it happens, you can kind of make that decision on if you want to sit out again or what you want to do.
I'm not sure if the last NFP or the NFP before that, once they did nothing just because it was middle of the virus and everybody kind of knew what the results were going to be.
Yeah.
But typically how it is wild.
What exactly is NFP?
It is a sorry for swearing.
Non-farm, right?
Yeah. Stop swearing.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. Soon.
It's
Yep. Only the pair that has the news. So if it's AUD news, then just no AUD pair at that time.
Also, each pair has their non-farm payrolls, NFP.
Just USD.
Oh, just USD. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, if you go to forexfactory.com and then go to calendar, you'll see it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you have Paul? Do you have a story with news when like you were trading before where you're like, what the hell is this thing screwed you over?
Yeah.
What's your story? I'll share mine.
You can go first.
Mine was, I think it was AUD rate news, rate cut news, or whatever it was. I forgot. But it was about the rates, and I was I got this. I set a pending buy and a pending sell. It was in the middle range, pending buy, pending sell. News came out. It took me into the buy, and then like a second later, it activated my sell. And then I got scared, right? So I closed both, and both closed in like a drawdown. None of them closed in profit, and it literally blew almost like 80% of my account. This is when I had like a smaller account, but like I tried to close so fast because I was like, what the hell? It just whipped me in and out so fast, and it literally blew 80% of my account.
Yeah, that's kind of the same. I traded Asian session news one time, made like $1,000 in like a millisecond on like some AUD news. No, it was NZD news. And then I traded some New York news, whatever it was, and just everything was pending buys, pending sells, and both got activated. Both lost a lot.
Yeah, that's the worst when it happens like that.
Oh, do you have any emotions when it comes to trading? Like,
not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay.
I don't like losing. I'm very competitive, but I don't act on it. If I lose, I know I'm done with my trade. That was my one trade, and then I close the charts. And then once I'm done working, I kind of just forget about it and come back the next day.
So that took time to get emotionalist, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There was one time I made my first $100 on XPX, and the same day blew it. I was getting too cocky.
Yeah. Gotta be careful. That's why everything's got to be consistent, and gotta be trading the same thing. Otherwise, it'll mess with your probability of winning.
Yeah. After that, I got scarred from taking any more trades.
Scarred for life.
Yeah, I was screaming in the house. I was like, yes! And then an hour later, dude, gone.
Breaking stuff. What up, John? How's it going? 10 hours, damn. A long day.
Almost got a minute till GJ.
None of the pairs are moving.
There's no volume whatsoever right now.
Today's the day where you just look at the charts and just talk.
You're sitting with
Yep, it is a chill day. First to reward, I'll secure 1.5 to 1. Ideally, I prefer to take it at 2 to 1. If there's a bigger target and there's like, let's say a 5 or a 6 or 7 to 1 with like clean traffic, then I'll maybe go 3 to 1 or 4 to 1. But I mean, if I can hit 2 to 1, that's 2 trades at 2 to 1 for a week. That's all I need. That is good enough for me. Hopefully they didn't work it too hard, John.
Paul, when you started trading, you started straight off with a demo, or did you go put money in your account?
Well, when I first started, my mentor told me to start with demo, and I took one gold trade, and I won. So I thought I was ready to trade live. And then I'm sure you can guess what else happened.
Yeah, it happened to me too.
Yep. Yeah. But I mean, it all jumping like that really sped the learning process up. It was just more painful than it needed to be.
Yeah.
EN looks good. Yeah, I don't know what EN looks like. Hopefully If you didn't take it, that's okay. It doesn't look like there's a ton of volume in Asian session right now.
What do they mean when they say yen is a safe haven?
That's just like where investors like to put their money when there's uncertainty, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Like UJ.
Yeah. So it would be the yen, XAU, I think Swiss franc.
Yeah.
There's another one. 0.5%.
The main one's
1%.
UJ gold.
I don't know how the personal questions are gonna help you with your trading, but this is the last one I'll answer because it's just a waste of time. Unfortunately, it's not gonna help you at all. But 0.5% to 1%. What's my view of silver? I've never even looked at silver. Has it hit the ceiling? Sure. I don't know. I've never looked at it, so I have no idea. I'm looking at AJ and I see a range, so I see no trade. But I think those of you asking questions, you should ask some questions that are going to benefit you, because knowing what I'm doing is not really going to help you progress at all. That'd be like asking someone what they do to like get big in the gym, and then you just don't do it. You're just like what do I do to get strong bench? Because that's what all the bros want. They say bench heavy. You're like, okay, cool, and then you never go bench heavy. Pretty useless. Kind of a waste of your breath, waste of their time. So, yeah.
UJ will close under support.
UJ is?
No, GJ.
Yep, yeah, one.
15. Oh, you're on the 1 hour. Oh.
15 looks good too. Yep. So now we're kind of pushing that low. So ideally, if this one can push down again as well, a little deeper, and then we see a little bit of a pullback, resistance form wherever we get resistance, and then come down.
It's helpful when we were all looking at it together too. Honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of the cool part. Even though it's Asian session and there's not a ton of trades, it's still we're able to do live analysis. So like, we can still plan out and see how things play out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because after we finish the stream, we would know what we would be looking for.
Yep, because sometimes trades set up after the stream, so we usually plan for what could happen, and if it sets up, if that would be a trade worth taking. So usually once or twice a week it'll set up right after we end. Uber and landscaping. Carl. Uber paid great. And landscaping, it paid good. It was fun. Got to be outside.
Have you ever had a bad experience with Uber?
Driving?
Yeah, tell us your
No,
Uber experiences.
Oh God.
I always want some stories, like at least one good story that you remember.
I mean, well, every night was like drunk, annoying girls, but that's not really like a interesting story.
What's like the funniest story you have?
I don't even know.
You have to know something, like a customer or something did some dumb stuff.
I mean, there was more annoying. There was more annoying, awkward stuff, but I think funny. There were two drunk girls. I picked them up like midday on a Sunday. It was like 9 a.m. I think.
Bro, what?
And they brought their dog. It was a little. She had a little dog in her purse. And she just kept touching me, and I told her for the entire like 5-10 minute ride, like, please stop. And she was extremely loud. Like, you know how like drunk girls are, like when they're talking, they're like yelling and screaming, and they're literally like talking into your ear. So she was doing that and kept touching me, and it was really weird. And she had this annoying ass dog that was just kept barking, and it was just really, really weird and awkward and annoying. But yeah, I mean, like funny. I mean, the funny stuff wasn't really like, the funny stuff was like funny because like, I don't know, like it was just like something that you would laugh at anyways. But definitely just a lot of awkward, weird people for sure. Support on gold from September is holding.
Yo, that's too far back. Don't even.
Yeah, that's way too far away for me because
That's
that's
too far.
probably
I just don't.
support from September. Over here. Oh yeah. That's a long.
Thing's holding. Yeah, the candle isn't even closed. It's a daily candle. You can't say it's holding right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a 30-minute is holding. It could be, but I think right now's information is going to be more important. Because it looks to me like we created resistance again, so ideally we should push down again. But we'll see. Yeah, that's one bullish 15. I don't think that means there's any sort of support here yet. Maybe if a bullish hourly, I don't say, okay, maybe we got support here, but even then, I think that's a stretch.
So Paul, looking left, we have a good mirror down, correct?
We should, yeah, ideally. Sometimes it doesn't mirror it perfectly, so when we get this nice move up, it'll kind of like dwindle its way down. So it'll go up like this, and then it'll come down like this. Kind of thing.
Gold scares me. Haven't touched it in a while.
Yeah, gold gets a little wild.
Like, what's the size of the candle right now in gold?
I mean, 50 pips.
That's the thing about gold. It just moves so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 50 pips on that candle.
So where would you have your stops would be, you would be risking more on gold. I think they say GJ.
No, the risk is the same. It's 1%. Just if it's like 50 pips, your lot size is smaller, which makes the risk the same. Like a 10 lot on GJ for 1% on 100k is, I mean that's 1% on 100k. So if it was like 20 pips, it would be 5 lot. If it's like 30 pips, it would be whatever it is, 3 or 2 or whatever it is. So your lot size just decreases.
D-Nice, if I was a viewer, I would be sending in charts and making sure my understanding kind of makes sense. See if I'm missing anything. That's what I would be asking. That's what I used to ask on when Ricky was on Mixer.
It looks like it's coming to retest, hopefully.
Yeah, if that sets up on UJ, I don't think that's gonna happen in Asian, but I think if London can set up, that would be good. It looks like AJ is creating support. This just looks really messy price action.
So is the candles moving sideways?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if we look, right, we started right here when we came to the chart, we were right here at 1730. So price has moved up and down 20 pips, and that's it. It hasn't moved. So this is where we got to the chart, and this is where we saw here, and price hasn't even moved out of there, so just going sideways. Yep, no worries, John. Yeah, if you're looking at London, I think that'll set up really nicely. Just wait for the structure to be there. It looks like it's going to try and just range out a little bit. I'd expect most pairs to just range, because we haven't moved yet, so why would we move? Not yet. Until we get some volume coming in.
Does YouTube have any questions, or answer any questions for the next 15 minutes?
Alright, hold it down for a sec. I'll be back.
If you have any questions, just put them down and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. I'm not an expert or a pro, I'm just a normal guy.
GJ is looking he's coming back to it looks like it's coming back to retest that broken support.
GG right now. If you're looking for a retest trade, come back at 9:15 and look at it. No need to be like, staring at it 24/7, because I'm assuming you're taking the trade once it kind of closes, right?
I'm just looking and seeing like what he says plays off. I'm not taking a trade. I just like to look, and then if it plays out, I'll know what to look for next time.
Yeah, so I just like it's gonna take another 50 minutes to even set up if it's gonna set up for a sell. But 4 hours coming in, so sometimes 4 hour does crazy stuff where it might just push down all of a sudden to create a bottom wick, or push up all of a sudden to create a top wick.
Oh, because the 4 hour is gonna close in 4 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So when a new 4 hour candle comes in, there's always a push.
No, there's not always a push, but I don't know for each 4 hour, but I know for 4 hour after Asian Open, typically volume does pick up a little bit. Not every single day, but majority of the time it does.
Okay.
There's no certainty in the markets ever. You can be 100% correct, but usually there is some sort of random push.
Yeah.
How much time did it take for you to recover all your losses? What do you mean by that? Like all my losses, as like when I started becoming profitable, or are you talking about the trade that I took on the news? If you mean profitable, I started becoming profitable this year.
When did you start trading?
That's like I kind of started 3 years ago, but like that's just me messing around, not doing anything with it, and just like watching it and just like learning tiny things about it. Okay. I think last year August or the year before that, where I started taking it seriously.
And when did you started being profitable?
This year.
Awesome. See, so everything takes time. I always hear everybody's stories, and everything is just taking time.
Yeah, it's like everybody's learning curve is different. Some people can pick this up and are profitable right away. Some people it might take them 6 years, 8 years, just whatever your learning curve is, and however. Everybody has bad habits in trading, right? It's like it's just a part of it. FOMO is like it's just a part of it and stuff like that. Over risking, over trading too much. Whatever. Bad habits occur naturally by themselves, and it's about destroying those bad habits or limiting them.
In the chat, they said, I mean, when you started trading, I assume like most of us, we lose money. How much time did you take to recover all those losses?
For me, I don't know, because I don't know exactly how much loss. Because at the beginning, I only lost 200 here, 200 there. So I don't know the exact time, but I would say this starting of this year is where I recovered almost all my losses. Like I don't know exactly how much I lost.
Awesome, man. Andy, I would love to reach Uncle Ted's level of trading. Oh, did you see his profits today? It's crazy.
Yeah,
amazing.
But
when I saw that, I was like, wow.
No, you guys have to understand this. Don't it's amazing. I'm not saying I'm not like doubting anybody who don't. It's amazing, but look at it percentage wise. Profits, it does not matter. 1% on $100 account is the same as 1% on $1 million account or $2 million account or like $100,000 account or $200,000 account. Let's look at it percentage rate. Do not it's amazing. I completely agree. It's amazing. Like 800. What was it, 800K or something like that? Whatever. It's amazing. Yeah, it's life-changing money. But look at it percentage wise. Don't look at it money wise. The moment you do it, I'm telling you, you're gonna start losing.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me that always just stick to percentage. They lose 90%.
Yeah, it's like 90% of people lose or blow their account within 90 days. I was a part of the fact. I've blown my account within 90 days when I first started trading. I'm not hiding anything. I lost money. I did.
Of course, it happens. Adrian said, do you guys have limits to amount of times you trade per day? I'm looking for some risk management tips. Made 10%, then keep trading down. Now I'm 2%.
For me, it's one there's like everybody has different rules. Sometimes I try to get 1% a day, but now I'm reducing it to almost like one trade a day or one trade a session. and I only trade like 2 sessions. I'm
awesome. One more question.
Like the less you trade, the better it is. I think so.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. Now that I've been taking only 2 trades a day, it's been such a stress reliever.
Yeah, like for me,
And I'm
I
not
got this
eyeing
Asian.
charts.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I said that I'm not. Since I'm taking 2 trades, I have not been eyeing the charts like crazy. Before I used to be on it 24/7.
Yeah, and that's part of it. You're just excited. You want to trade. You want to like learn.
Of course, yeah. But I'm there and I'm trading. I'm waiting at the times that there's no volume, so I'm just there waiting, looking at the same thing for hours.
Yeah, for me, it's like I got this one trade in Asia, so I don't even know if I'm gonna take a trade in London. It's if it sets up perfectly.
You're gonna be up?
Yeah, I'm most likely gonna be up. I don't have work in the morning. I work at nighttime.
Nice.
I took the morning off.
Did you get all the questions? Are we all caught up?
Yeah. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay. We'll probably end it early in about 15 minutes. Because the price literally hasn't gone anywhere, so.
Well, there's a lag on the YouTube and then the Zoom. Notice that.
I think it's like a second or two.
Well, more for me. I don't know why it's wrong mine.
Shouldn't be. It's on ultra low latency. That's weird.
Well,
now there we go. I refreshed it. Okay, now I got it.
All right, guys. Paul, you have a good night, man. I can barely keep my eyes open, but good session and enjoyed watching even though you said it's repetitive, man, it's really helped going over patterns and the setup and everything. So
good. Did you reply to my message that I sent you this morning or last night?
Yeah, about no. The last one I got was I think it was Friday, and I said I don't know, I gotta check it. Was it on Discord?
Yep. Yeah.
I'll reply to you.
Okay, then we can just set a time and get things situated.
Sounds good, man. Y'all have a good night.
See you there, bro. How about AUD USD? I think you can mark that up and send it. I don't have AU on my chart.
Yo,
so you broken back into the support.
What was Amy?
I was saying, if you have a certain percentage target every week and you reach that by Wednesday, Thursday, would that play into your mind when taking a trade on a Thursday or a Friday?
I mean, maybe lower the risk, yeah. But, I mean, I don't really have a set target. If I trade really good, I trade really good. If it's a slow week, it's a slow week kind of thing. You know, like if you make 20% in a week and then you make 1% the next week, like, it's okay. Overall, as long as you end in the blue every week, and then just try to maybe end a little bit better in the blue every week, and then you'll be fine. Unless you have like a phenomenal week. Like I said, if you have like a 20% week where you just crush it, I mean, you don't really need to try to improve that. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just ending in the blue is what's important. And if it's not enough blue, then figure out how to make it more blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put up soon. Yeah, we can pull up your chart. So yeah, like for you this week, because you had that 4-to-1 trade this week, right? Or was that last week?
It was this week.
I mean, maybe just lower your risk and just see what happens for the rest of the week, or keep it the same and keep kicking butt. You know, make it an incredible week. Looking at GJ on the 30.
I get stressed out about not making a certain amount for the week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Your weeks are going to be different.
Yeah.
Last 2%. This week 10%. Week before that 14%. So it's always going to be up and down.
Yusuf, no. No NFP. I'm not even awake during New York session anyway, so I wouldn't even be able to trade New York. I'm not sure what your I don't know what. I mean, I don't really see. Maybe you sold the resistance here, but other than that, I don't see much of a trade here. Take. Looks like it's just still kind of decided where price is going. Like we went over GJ.
Broke back in.
This is just ranging. This is just ranging to me. There's no trade there. Like I said, maybe you sold here, but I mean, looks like it would have worked out. But I think the high probability was either some buys here, which you wouldn't have been able to do because that kind of midday. I think spread was probably pretty high at this point. And then right now, there's just no trade yet. Price is ranging. Anything here? No high created, no low created, no trade. Is AUD USD different? No, it's not. They should all be about the same. Some are gonna move faster, some are gonna move a little slower. That's all. Do I look for buys or sells? I mean, I would look for buys or sells, but I'd have to know what presented itself. What time do I wake up? I got up at 2 p.m. this afternoon. So bought UJ. I don't even see a 15-minute bullish close yet. If this closes bullish, I think that makes sense. Then go back up to this high, but I think you're a little early right now. Appreciate it, Soladine. Streamlabs deletes any swearing, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Asian session's pretty chill, so.
Well, what day are you doing one-to-ones?
What's up?
What day are you doing one-day Sunday?
Off where I can just do whatever I want. But we could do. It's pretty late by you, right?
Yeah, now it's late, yeah.
I was gonna say we could do after the stream if you want.
Yeah, we can do, yeah.
Gonna end it in about 5 or 10 minutes, so.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna trade London anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, we can do it after the stream.
Yeah, we'll do it right after. I'll end it and then send you another link. Oh, what happened to the stream? Or did my YouTube turn off on? Yeah, Streamlabs. You can set up a little bot for Streamlabs. Pretty cool. Yep, I have it set up to just do like some banning and whatnot. Oh yeah, and I set up the custom message when you swear as well. Yeah. Fidel will pull this up. Beautiful.
Oh, does GJ and EJ correlate?
Oh, they tend to move similar. But I wouldn't use that as any sort of confirmation of anything.
No, yeah.
You know? Sells after we see resistance, exactly. Perfect. So, if you look, structure is down. So, now you wait for that. Wherever that line may be, whether it's here or kind of here, I think that's solid. Even if it ends up here, underneath here, you should be good. Then take it down, TP. You can easily get a 2-to-1 there, maybe a 3-to-1. I think that looks good. Gotta wait for it. I like it.
I like how you don't make it complicated.
Thanks.
Like you're not making it. Like when you're doing it, I'm like, okay, I see exactly what you're saying.
I mean,
so I charted up.
That's what's easiest for me too. So I feel like it's easiest for other people.
Yeah.
Like I'm a visual learner, so I feel like other visual learners will be able to kind of see what I see and make sense of what I'm saying easier. Yeah, no worries, Saladin. Yeah. I mean, it automatically does it. I didn't care that you swore, but I do have it set up to block swear words, just so if someone's like swearing at someone, I wanted to just automatically cut that out. So there's no disrespect to anyone. But yeah, I'm totally fine that you. I'm not mad that you swore in the chat. Streamlabs just automatically gets rid of it, but I appreciate it. Kind of a slow week. Monday was really good, and then Tuesday we took off, and then we've been pretty slow all week. So hopefully next week session will pick back up. Advice on that, I would say, and definitely figure out what trades you took to get you to that point you're at now. I'm assuming there's more losing than winning. Maybe make sure your risk to rewards on point. Make sure you're following your plan. Definitely don't overtrade or over risk. And I would say just drop down to 1 trade a day till you get that back up to break even, and then maybe get into profit a little bit, and then maybe add in 1 to 2 trades, or just stick with the 1 trade. I've noticed the 1 trade a day is really, really, really good.
I think only taking 1 trade is like the best thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because
then you wait for the best possible trade too.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And then the first trade that you take, you put, like, for myself, you put so much effort into the 1 trade and like analyze it, like every tiny little detail. Then when you're on like the third or fourth, you're kind of like, yeah, this is gonna happen. And
and if you've lost,
you missed something.
Yeah, and if you've lost the first couple, you're like, well, it's just gonna screw me again. Might as well just keep going. Tend to enter a trade that already moves. I would say just stop entering. Stop entering, or be confident enough to enter right away. So right when candles close, like when you want it to close, jump in right on the close. Stops under support or above resistance, and then trust your analysis. But if you hesitate and you miss the first couple pips of the move, I mean, maybe if you miss 1 or 2 pips, no big deal. But if you miss like 5, 6, 7, 10 pips, yeah, you missed it. Call it a day. Come back the next day. That's what I did on Tuesday. I missed my trade. And I just called it a day. But I think we're gonna end it. We have literally seen 0 movements all session, which is really annoying because Thursdays are usually not bad, but I think this is a no trade Asian session for now. But tomorrow, if you guys are new here, Fridays there's no Asian session, but we do a simulation with the simulator. So definitely recommend coming to that. It's lots of good extra reps. I think if we get a good turnout on Zoom, we'll do an extra long one, maybe like an hour or 2 long simulation, just really pound in those reps.
We do.
So
what time is it?
6. So you should be there.
Okay.
All of you should be there. If you're in Akil's group, I'll send it to you guys as well. What do I think about Forex gurus with Lambos? I mean, if you got a Lambo, that's dope. I don't care about anything else. It's their life. They can live their life. They got a Lambo. That's pretty cool. I think Lambos are dope. But I don't judge or care enough to really worry about them. I'm concerned about with what I'm doing, and I think you guys should do the same. If you like that person, dope. Sign up with them, join them, be friends with them, whatever. If you don't like them, then stay away from them. That's how it should be. If you like someone, probably want to be around them. If it's someone you look up to or someone you want to be like, you probably want to surround yourself with more people like that. If you don't like that person, then just don't. Like, if you don't like these Asian session streams, you should not be coming here every day. Because if you hate being here, why are you wasting your time coming somewhere you don't want to be? You know what I mean? It's pretty stupid of you to do. So, same thing. If you like something, you should probably be going towards it. But I'm out, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you're new, like, subscribe. Didn't like it, dislike. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central.
Peace. I'm gonna be at work, but I'm gonna try to hop on for like 30 minutes. I'll take my laptop to work. All
right.
No, I'll try to be there for a little bit.
All right, Paul. Thank you so much, bro. If anything, I'll message you. Well, unless you're still there. Yeah. All right, bro. All right, be safe.